I never imagined I'd become that woman. The one who transforms herself, leaves her husband behind, thinking she's leveling up, only to come crawling back, full of regret. But here I am. My name's Emily, 33 years old, staring at my phone for the 100th time today, desperately hoping for a message from Daniel. But deep down, I know, it won't come. He hasn't replied in weeks. And honestly, I can't even blame him. It all started last year. I hit this really dark place. A mix of burnout, sadness, and anxiety that I couldn't shake. My job was crushing me. The kind of stress that jolts you awake at 2 a.m. with your heart pounding. Daniel, ever the supportive husband, God it stinks to say, suggested I try the gym. He'd gone through something similar before we got married and said fitness saved him. At first, I scoffed. Really? The gym? That's your grand solution. But honestly, I was drowning. So I agreed. We started going together. Daniel had always kept in decent shape. Not one of those ripped guys glued to mirrors, but healthy, steady. Me, I was what my mom lovingly called curvy, her polite way of saying overweight. But Daniel never cared. He always told me I was beautiful, and I believed it because the way he looked at me made me feel like I truly was. The first few weeks were awful. I felt so out of place. The awkward girl sweating buckets on the treadmill, while I imagined everyone silently judging me. But Daniel was right there beside me, teaching me how to use the machines, cheering me on, never letting me feel small. Then his job changed. He got a big promotion, and his hours got crazier. So I started going to the gym alone. And that's when I met Samantha. Bright, bubbly, this magnetic fitness coach who practically dragged me into her group classes. 3 months in, everything began to shift. My body was changing. My clothes hung looser. My reflection started showing someone new. Coworkers noticed. Strangers noticed. And the more my body transformed, the more my mindset did too. I felt powerful. For the first time in years, I felt like me. I woke up energized. I'd try on outfits I'd never dared touch before. Daniel noticed, too. He'd glance at me with this soft, proud smile as I got ready. He even started initiating intimacy more, which felt nice, but something was off. The truth was, I was changing. And maybe faster than our marriage could keep up. Samantha started inviting me to fitness social events, happy hours, hikes, meet. Suddenly, I had a new group of friends who only knew this confident, fit version of Emily, not the anxious, insecure woman who used to cry into a pint of ice cream after work. Men noticed me. They flirted. They bought me drinks. I liked it. I liked it more than I wanted to admit. Daniel noticed, too, but not with pride anymore. I caught him watching me from across the room at gatherings, his eyes clouded with worry, maybe even hurt. But instead of pulling back, I pushed harder. I'm the same person, just upgraded, I told myself. He doesn't get to be jealous now. Our home life shifted. I was always busy. Gym in the mornings, work all day, maybe another class or drinks after. Dishes piled up. Laundry went untouched. Daniel, ever patient, picked up the slack quietly. But I saw it. The questions in his eyes. Where are you? Who are you with? Are you still? Then came Ethan, a consultant at my job. Charming, confident, and flirtatious in that dangerous kind of way. He'd been flirting for weeks. Nothing had happened. But I won't lie. I wanted it too. One night, at a work event, I wore this fitted green dress I never would have dared wear a year ago. Ethan's hand lingered on my lower back. I laughed at his jokes a little too eagerly. Daniel saw it all. He stood across the room, watching. Not angry, something worse, deeply disappointed. On the ride home, the silence was suffocating. Until Daniel finally asked, "What's going on between you and that guy?" "Nothing," I shot back. "We're just friends." "Didn't look like just friends," he replied quietly. And then I snapped. "Oh my God, are you seriously jealous? You're the one who wanted me to change." Remember, the words were poison, untrue, unfair. Daniel never pressured me. Not about my weight. Not about anything. He just wanted me to feel better. For me, after that, things crumbled. I stayed out later, ignored his texts, came home to find him asleep on the couch waiting for me. And I'd feel annoyed, as if he was the problem. I started resenting him, comparing him to other men. Why didn't he dress better, work out more, match my energy? My mind twisted it into this toxic narrative. I've outgrown him, and every compliment, every DM from strangers fed that lie. When Daniel suggested marriage counseling, I exploded. Maybe I've just realized I can do better than you. I'll never forget the look on his face. Like I'd reached out and slapped him, but I didn't stop. I said every cruel thing that had ever crossed my mind, lies dressed up as truth. Things about how I'd settled, how I never really wanted him, things that weren't real but felt real in the moment. He didn't fight back. Just one question. Is that really how you feel? And God help me. I said, yes. A week later, I filed for divorce, watched him crumble as he was served the papers, pretended not to care, pretended I was living my best life. I got a downtown apartment. Tiny, expensive, but mine. I blocked Daniel on everything except email. Told him to only contact me through lawyers. Samantha and my new gym friends threw me a freedom party. They cheered me on, called me brave. And worst of all, I believed it. I posted vague, inspirational quotes about growth paired with selfies in tight dresses. Hundreds of likes. Daniel's best friend, Liam, messaged me, "You're heartless." I blocked him, too. I dove into dating apps, went out with Ethan's, fancy dinners, expensive wine, flirty touches. It was everything I thought I wanted. But even sitting across from him, my mind kept comparing. Daniel knew how I took my coffee. Daniel noticed when I was sad. Daniel made me feel seen. Ethan didn't. He never asked about me. Not really. Still, I doubled down. Posted couple photos with Ethan, knowing mutual friends. Maybe even Daniel would see them. Look, I wanted it to scream. I've upgraded, but the hollow echo grew louder. A few months later, I saw Daniel for the first time at our divorce mediation. I walked in, prepared to be cold, detached, but when I saw him, he looked good, stronger, healthier, like he was healing. He was kind, polite, professional, and when I pushed for petty things, like our wedding album, he just nodded. "Let her have it," he told his lawyer. In the parking lot, desperate, I asked, "So, you're really okay with all this?" He looked at me for a long moment. "No, Emilia, I'm not okay, but I will be." Then he drove away. No drama, no begging, no fight. That night, Ethan canceled on me. Work, emergency. I sat alone in my apartment, scrolling through old photos of Daniel and me. There was one, us, at his parents' anniversary, me in a blue dress that doesn't fit anymore. But the way we looked at each other, like the whole world disappeared. I called Ethan, no answer. Drove by his place, watched another woman, younger, stunning, walk into his building, watched them hug in the lobby. I cried the entire way home. The divorce finalized quickly. Daniel didn't fight it. At the final signing, his lawyer handed me an envelope. Inside was a note in Daniel's handwriting. "I hope you find what you were looking for. I really do. No bitterness, just kindness I didn't deserve." I cried in my car for an hour. Ethan ghosted me not long after. Turns out, I was one of several women. Dating was a nightmare. An endless stream of men who wanted my body but not my heart. Work suffered, my health suffered, even the gym, once my sanctuary, now felt hollow. 6 months after the divorce, I heard Daniel had moved, got a promotion, joined a hiking club. He sounded ... Meanwhile, I spent nights alone rewatching shows we used to love. I broke down, called him. He answered, told him I'd made a huge mistake, that I missed him, that no one would ever love me like he did. His voice was gentle but firm. "Emily, I'm sorry you're hurting, but there's no going back. Please, just coffee, just ... talk to me." "No, you needed to talk 6 months ago. Not now." He hung up. I texted, first apologies, then memories, then angry accusations. His only reply, finally, "Please stop contacting me. This isn't healthy for either of us." I spiraled, called his friends, messaged his parents, drove by his new apartment, showed up to his hiking group, found out later he'd left the group because of me. Then I heard it. Daniel was dating someone. Isabella, I found her online. Pretty, natural, not flashy like me. Photos of them hiking, smiling, looking, happy. I messaged her. Told her Daniel and I were working on things, that she should back off. She never responded. Instead, Daniel called me, angrier than I've ever heard him. Don't ever contact Isabella again. Don't come near me. Don't ask about me. It's over, Emily. And if you keep this up, I'll get a restraining order. That broke me. Friends distanced themselves. Samantha stopped answering my calls. My job was barely holding on. The gym felt like a graveyard of my bad decisions. A year after our divorce, I saw Daniel and Isabella at the grocery store, laughing, smiling, sharing a list. They looked like what Danielle and I used to be. He saw me, met my eyes, and then turned away, chose a different checkout line. Like I was invisible. I left my cart and ran to my car, sobbing. That night, drunk and broken, I sent Daniel one last message. Part apology, part plea, part anger. The next morning, his reply was waiting. Just 2 sentences. I forgive you, Emily. Please seek help and move on with your life. Not what I wanted, but what I needed. A few weeks later, I heard they got engaged, then married. Photos filled my feed. Not because I was invited, but because of mutual friends. His parents, who once loved me, beamed beside him, fully embracing Isabella. And me, I'm still here, alone. The dating apps gathered dust. The body I thought would give me everything feels ... I finally started therapy. Way too late to save my marriage. But maybe not too late to save myself. My therapist tells me healing isn't about going back. It's about moving forward, about learning that the grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. And now ... I'm just trying to become someone I can be proud of, trying to forgive myself, trying to believe that maybe, someday, I can be okay, even if it's alone, because Daniel has moved on. And someday, maybe I will, too.